What?
What?
What? You hope that? But in that.
Quoi qu'on s'en fout en fait de...
Citizen.
Salve.
Echo, you're allowed a weapon and I'm not.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Vous en passez tant que Galerius est occupé, what the fuck?
Delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
What?
And now, I make this.
Oi,
Ah!
how did you get in
Ah
there,
putain,
you cheeky
ok
little
d'accord,
sturgeon?
bon bah... La boucle est fichue du coup là, parce qu'il va mettre 10 ans à rassembler tout le monde. Non mais... Je m'en branle,
This is outrageous.
Voilà, et hop. Je pique ça, je déclenche la boucle.
For the sins of the one.
Hop. Voilà.
It's real! The golden rule is real!
Bon du coup faut que je lui confie les tâches... De pas rassembler tout le monde mais plutôt de... D'aller délivrer les remèdes ou je sais pas quoi. Je vais lui charger de faire l'assassin je pense. Et hop. Oh là. Plutôt celle-là.
All right, then.
Ah, je peux lui confier tout ça.
You... Poor Virgil. Poor... But how did you...
Ok. Ah oui non mais en fait d'accord, je pensais qu'on pouvait lui faire qu'une seule tâche, mais par boucle. Mais en fait non ça va d'accord. On peut cumuler les trucs.
Tantalus cannot catch the drops of... Isn't the great temple majestic?
Fear.
Donc là je dois aller voir.
Degenerate mind.
Yo. Quoi? Mais non mais tu te fous de ma gueule?
What is the meaning of this?
Oh putain. Sérieux quoi? Attends mais il va être occupé 1000 ans là. Je te jure. Bon.
Hey, not thinking about going into the
Me fais pas
system.
chier, me fais pas chier. What? Dégage. Allez. Allez. Oula, 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 oula.
You. It's. You're making.
Toujours verrouillé. Après, il y a quand même des trucs que j'ai. Est-ce que je peux lui parler, c'est bon là?
What is the meaning of this?
Non mais putain, mec, oh là là. Ça par contre c'est trop chiant, what the fuck en fait. T'es obligé de te... C'est quoi le rapport quoi? Bah là je peux lui parler par contre.
A new
Okay.
face, are they? Oh, we don't have much. And
De toute façon j'ai déjà la preuve. Denier, nana, lampe torche.
What is the meaning of this?
Toujours pas. Peut-être aller parler à la sœur là de...
So you survived the system.
whatever are you wearing? Oh, really? That commoner in debt bondage next door thought he could win over a mad... I can see why she worked so hard to keep it a secret. Quick. Oh, I see. Well, it was worth a try. Thank you.
Bah c'est tout.
Yeah.
Bah... D'accord, je lui ai parlé, mais je peux pas lui en parler à sa sœur, donc c'est bizarre. Pourquoi pas? Où est-ce qu'il a fini Galerius là?
So you survived the system.
Comment c'est un peu une course contre la montre là?
What is the meaning of this?
Ok, c'est
Demetrius
bon.
doesn't usually let anyone in here without a
Oui, alors.
Why?
Oui, ok.
So, it finally caught up with me.
Et oui.
I suppose that makes you what? One of Nero's assassins?
L'empereur vous salue. Non.
So, you're not going to kill me? Oh, so much work and money.
Oui.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There, you got what you wanted. Now, please.
Allez, hop. Ça c'est fait. Alors maintenant faut trouver. Non, attends. Attends, c'est la plaque. Voilà. Il est où? Il est là. Hein. Ça va, mec? Mais non! Non mais, mec, je dois te parler en fait! Putain, mais. J'aurais dû faire J'aurais dû faire les trucs moi-même en fait, ça m'aurait fait gagner du temps. La vente populaire auprès de la majorité des votants, Galerius s'est dit que le se retient de moi lui-même. Ah mais Ouais. Parce que la plaque, elle est chez le prisonnier, sauf que le prisonnier, il faut que Galerius soit élu, sauf que du coup, pour ça, j'ai évincé l'autre là. Sauf que du coup, il veut pas parler, MDR. Les 4 plaques. On s'en fout. Qu'un Badox t'en parle, bon, ça j'ai déjà fait 3 fois. Mais t'as l'air vachement occupé là. Hein.
Just like Apollo and Diana.
Properly when you're ready.
I will.
Vous parlez entre la porte.
Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Yulia! I'm so glad you didn't go through with it.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's...
Ah!
Oh.
Ah oui, pour le rendre populaire auprès de la populace, c'est je dois lui confier toutes les tâches en fait. C'est ça non? Putain, ça, ouais, non mais ça doit être ça. Mais du coup, je suis obligé d'attendre là?
Yulia. I'm so glad.
Non mais frère, c'est bon tu... Mais putain... faut pas que je déclenche le dialogue, faut qu'il finisse le dialogue pour que je puisse lui parler ou... Parce que là c'est chiant. J'ai pas le temps là, en fait, une boucle. Là. Bordel. Ça va mec? T'es bien là?
I will. Thank you, LPS. I will.
Putain. Non mais... Mais non! Mais vous foutez de ma gueule!
Now Malleolus is going to.
Mais putain, il relance encore le dialogue, mes frères! Voilà, c'est long! Putain, mais quel enfer, quoi!
Really? That's incredible.
Mais putain,
What a relief. I don't know what to say.
c'est vraiment une dinguerie, quoi. Ça c'est vraiment mal foutu, hein. Pour le coup, what the fuck.
I will. Thank you, LPS. I will. It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to.
Attends, mais... Ah putain, ils ont recommencé le dialogue.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's. Oh,
What?
see,
How? Really?
Attends, mais c'est... J'arrive pas à savoir si c'est buggé. Enfin, bon, ça doit être buggé, mais... Je sais pas si juste si je m'éloigne et que je les empêche de faire le dialogue, ça marche ou pas, en fait. Non, parce que ça, c'est une dinguerie, parce que je peux pas parler à Galerius pendant qu'ils ont le dialogue, quoi. C'est trop chiant. Ça va, mec?
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
How? Really?
Non mais voilà, mais putain, mais attends, mais je suis dans une boucle en fait.
What a
that's
relief.
quite an impressive bow you
I
have
don't know
there.
what to say.
Just like
You don't need to say
a
anything.
golden ball.
Just rest up.
Just
Mais attends, mais c'est bugué parce que lui il peut pas
Diana.
s'échapper ou...
Celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will.
Putain, mais quel enfer.
Thank you, LPS. I will.
Voilà. Le dialogue m'empêche de parler. Genre ça m'a éjecté du dialogue juste
Now
parce que...
Malleolus is going to.
Oh, putain, mais au secours.
Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius
Mais vraiment, mais je suis censé faire quoi là? Je suis censé refaire la boucle en fait là.
Incredible.
Putain, mais au secours. Attends, je dois voler un truc pour finir la boucle. Bah, tu sais quoi, je vais revoler les 2000. Parce que du coup, j'ai dépensé 2000 pour l'autre là.
Keep an eye out for Centella.
Et je vais leur repiquer 2000. Hop. Voilà. Parce que nick. Ta meuf, j'ai évincé ton mari. T'es contente?
Finally! This is outrageous.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Everybody run!
J'imagine que c'était un bug du coup, mais c'est chiant quoi. commencer. Voilà. Et du coup, je pensais attendre quoi là? Non, parce que si tous les dialogues ils bug, je suis pas prêt de m'en sortir.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
Tiens, en attendant que l'autre soit occupé, je vais te parler.
Just a... I will... And...
Blablabla. Bon.
Ah, a fellow traveler. Great. That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domi. Nothing comes to my...
I think she's going to be alright. Galerius, you're amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new guy told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much for acting as quickly as you did. Another moment more and we would have lost her.
Can't stay. Places to be.
Vas-y, je te suis. Je dois sortir du...
Salve, Ruffius. I hear your rheumatism has you so riled up you've been harassing Virgil.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. Thank you, Galerius. You're a good man. And I'll be sure to leave Virgil alone. I know I haven't been at my best lately.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
La confrontation avec Maolus là. Après, t'as la clé ou pas? Parce que moi j'ai la clé, hein, si jamais. Zigo.
What now?
I have a message for Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from?
The Emperor. He knows Malleolus's real name is Quinctius, thanks to Claudia, and demands he withdraw from the election and release Ulpius and Iulia immediately.
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
Domitius, that's enough.
What?
Allez!
You're not going to listen to this, dolt, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free. I trust our business is concluded?
Yes, that ought to do it. I guess I'll go and tell Ulpius the good news then.
Citizen.
Citizen. Attends, il y a vraiment Skyrim quoi.
Good news, Ulpius. Malleolus has agreed to release you and Julia from your debts.
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. You're both free.
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Julia immediately.
Allez. Le dialogue final. Bon.
citizen.
Citizen.
Yulia! I'm so glad you didn't go through with it.
Welcome.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up and get your strength back. And we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
You're on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir. Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate.
Il ne faut pas que ça arrive. Hein.
Actually, I'd like to know.
Voilà, let's go.
Of course, Galerius. That's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
Nice.
Sorry again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know every...
T'inquiète. T'inquiète.
Oh, of course. I'll leave you to it then.
Du coup, on peut avancer l'élection ou pas là?
Is everyone so blood? I'll admit, you do seem different to anyone I've ever met. So, if you want to confront, who knows? But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, the problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure. It looked...
Ok. Non, t'en vas pas, t'en vas pas, t'en vas pas.
Ave again. Did you find what you need? It must be completed by dusk, just the same as it'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and why do you ask? As I said, I'm planning to hold it before... Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
Je sais pas si ça va suffire à faire élire Galerius, j'espère. Ou alors il faut que dans le laps de temps... entre l'élection et... Je sais pas, bon, on va voir. On va voir. Oui. T'inquiète frérot, tu seras libre, je récupérerai ta tablette. Virgil...
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
Mais je sais pas hein. Parce qu'en vrai, à part les deux là... Parce que à part les deux là...
Start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear
Ah,
friend Fabia.
le GOAT.
Sentius.
Ouais, toi t'es un fils de pute.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving.
Galerius, let's go!
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision.
Voilà, let's go! Je te pisse dessus!
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted.
Oh,
Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Ça va mec? Pas trop déçu?
We're finally alone. A cure. I see. We're all now. Seems rather brash. Nothing really. It won't be long before the golden rule is broken and everything will be reset. I dare say it won't affect me in the slightest. You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? Oh, thank you. You're a big helper.
You can have my shiny plaque and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me. And he said he always... But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to... He gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up
Oui,
high.
j'ai
Please
vu.
help me find it. Please. I had to keep it a... Oh, thank you.
C'est la clé des citernes supérieures là du coup? Yes! Voilà, let's go!
Hope you find it. In the cistern. Oh, look over there. Something maybe it is treasure. I
Oula,
can
ça va
see
mec?
it for myself. So pretty. And it's just lying out here in the open. Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind if I just take it. Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Bah, il est un peu con comme une bite en fait. C'est vraiment triste. Mais vraiment. Enfin bon. Bref. Bon, moi j'ai la clé des citernes supérieures et la dernière plaque. Donc, au moins avec ça, on est pas mal. Ça va, mec?
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who... What?
Hop, là. Non, parce que du coup, on s'en fout qu'il soit magistrat maintenant. Donc là, il faut aller... Attends. Déo la scène avec la clé du lit. Déverrouiller la citerne supérieure. Puis on va aller faire ça, non? On va aller faire ça.
Greetings and salutations.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the city?
Chiant.
Well.
Merde. Shit. Scène-là. Ah, ok. Très bien. On arrive là du coup, ok. Le fameux obélisque. Merde. Putain, je suis obligé de me taper les dialogues. Je suis au bord du gouffre.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get...
That... I'm...
Bonne chance.
Let me... You... Well, you... If... No, I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no!
RIP.
I'll have...
Voilà, bon. Alors, la plaque, la plaque et la plaque. Bien. Ok. Je suis enfermé là? Ok. Ah non, mais... Ok, ça charge, putain, d'accord. Prononcer son nom. Hades. Osiris, Pluton. Bah, c'est les 4 mêmes, donc... What? D'accord. Donc il a un seul nom, en fait. Osiris. Ok. Bah attends, mais... À quel moment il y a tout ça dans le temple? Ok. Oui d'accord, donc en fait tu dois te... Ok. Très bien. Bon, je reviens. What the fuck? What the fuck? C'est incroyable. Oh, le sumérien là. Ok. Attends, il est en cosmos et tout, what the fuck? Ah ouais. Avec la planète, ok. What the fuck, that shit?
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will. That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? Enough. You clearly.
Bah pardon, hein, mais bon, hein, voilà.
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, two were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, the silent golden sentinels. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies. I am able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes. If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask? Then what an odd question. I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example? Ah, yes, the debt bondsman. Taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others. Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. The literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want? Then your desire to be right outweighs your desire to survive. You will make a fine statue.
Pourquoi on peut dégainer les deux? L'arc doré, ça me semble être le truc plus logique. Ne serait-ce qu'en termes narratifs, parce que il transforme les autres en or, donc s'il finit lui-même en statue dorée, ça peut avoir un impact narratif. Mais le fait qu'il me donne la possibilité de mettre l'arc en bois, c'est est-ce qu'on affronterait Hades avec une arme purement humaine du coup, et pas divine, et on arrivera à le battre comme ça? Ce qui serait narrativement cohérent aussi.
Do you really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon?
Briser ma chambre?
Pathetic. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Attends, mais il me parle de chambre. Mais quelle chambre? What? Ah oui, d'accord. Ça c'est quand même ouf ça. Je m'attendais tellement pas, what the fuck. C'est quand même incroyable. Bon.
And here you are. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago. That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you, without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names. But perhaps you knew them. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone. As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten. To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone is along with it. It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth. Of course, my story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might see. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey. My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords: desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be... No. Long ago I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long... This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpine to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long.
Pardon. Je ne voudrais pas.
That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. That is merely the... I've always... No, the Egyptian... For you, perhaps. When my kin... Do you plan... Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning? He did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree? Supposing you're right, then my lord... Then you will... Pathetic.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Do you plan... The midwife and the palace, yes. The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows. They are forsaken. Applying.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. You will suffer each.
And do you really think you can wound me, a god, with that primitive weapon?
Putain, mais il dit arme primitive même pour l'arc doré. Il se fout de ma gueule.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Ok, c'est bon. Mais ouais, non, mais frère, comment je m'échappe en fait là, parce que... Ouais mais frère, je sais pas comment faire. Genre vraiment il y a aucun moyen de se soigner je crois, donc what the fuck.
That is me. I've... You speak of the moneylender. How is that in... And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was in... Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority. This is interesting. I'm curious, how do... I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt? I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bond.
many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Il est prêt là? Oui, c'est bon. Bon, ça marche pas, donc je vais peut-être prendre l'arc doré après. Enfin un peu de sérénité, bon. Ok. Du coup...
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Comme ils nous disent...
I'll take care of it. Go and hide, but not in the empty shrine.
Wait, how did you know I was headed in there?
No time to explain. Go!
All right, I'll be in my bakery. Thank you, Galerius.
Apparemment, faut que j'en parle au philosophe. Bah alors. D'accord.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Welcome, welcome. I was indeed, but we've never met before, have we? I'm sure. Oh, that's a relief. For a moment, I assume you're asking me this as some kind of amusing hypothetical? Extraordinary. Then let me see if I can help you. I suppose first I'd want to gather information. I'd want to know about his reasons for imposing the Golden Rule and what he considers a sin. If I could expose some internal inconsistency in his reasoning, some degree of hypocrisy, I might be able to compel him to change his position. But as a philosopher, the saddest truth I ever learned is that all but the most enlightened opponents are more easily swayed by appeals to emotion than by reason. So the easiest path would be to find his emotional susceptibility and exploit it. If he was vain, I might try to flatter him. If he was merciful, I would try to evoke pity. As a last resort, I might figure out what he fears losing above all else, and, if I could, threaten to take it away. Though, of course, that could easily go awry. Now, go quickly while my words are still fresh in your memory.
Ok.
How'd you do?
I don't understand. How did...
T'es déjà ouvert ou pas du coup? Oui. Ok. Bon. Plutôt en premier. L'Osiris. Osiris. C'est de nouveau moi, je viens faire chier.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. No girl, but the one, and what that there will be first. That is merely the name. That is... But suspended in time with only their sight. I'm able to commune with all. Do you plan to... The merchant. How is that in... I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway. Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want. Not if we're wise enough to know the mind of man. Supposing you're right, and my lord... Now tell me, what other sins do you... Ah, the tavern keeper, yes. I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precise. Applying the... Not if we're one... Now tell me. Do you honestly think you could do better? I should strike you down for that. Now, did you have any other questions before your reckoning? Very well. I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it? You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still, boast about it. You have put me in a position.
Bah alors,
If I refuse, you
piètre dieu.
And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium, humiliated and alone.
C'est l'idée. Alors, que choisissez-vous?
I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Because despicable creatures like you have no place there. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Ah, tu peux être vraiment un... Oh, le psycho jusqu'au...
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready?
Finissons-en.
We best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was... Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I did... know who you are. I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years? What? Oh, anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. I'm gonna pause here for a moment.
You're back! But... why don't you tell me what...
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can... I do not know that I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look!
On peut pas lui parler d'Hadès? C'est dommage.
Wow. It's so good to see you.
Kinda lost track, and there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But... you two look exhausted. Why don't you...
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Ok. Bah dommage, on peut pas trop parler d'Hadès avec elle. Un an plus tard.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Oh, hello.
What?
You're finally here. Remember me?
What the fuck?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life. Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I know! I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're gonna be around, we'd love to see... Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you'd better keep moving.
Oh, hello.
Le teubé là.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you, Galerius. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've... I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life... Galerius and I are engaged and expecting.
Oh la la!
A lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family, and Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us, for all of us. Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself. See you at the wedding, I hope.
Hello, I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box.
Et oui, je suis à la fin. La vraie fin, en tout cas.
It's my favorite thing. Bye-bye.
You're the Oracle, right? Oh, of course, sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation. Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and
N'empêche, ça
write
doit être
about.
incroyable de découvrir toute une époque comme ça. Là. Putain. T'atterris 2000 ans plus tard. Putain, la dinguerie, quoi.
I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day. Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up
Allez, sélection naturelle.
She was always so viciously unhappy. someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
Putain.
Thank you. You're very kind. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now
Ouais, l'arnaqueuse.
Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
Oui, t'inquiète. Ouais, Naturel fait la sélection pour elle aussi. Ouais. Elle s'est fait arnaquer à son tour. Naturel.
Well, you are the Oracle, so I suppose I'll take your word for it. Huh. I feel better already. Thank you. You too! If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
9 millions? Oui, c'est que de la ville, mais il y a 8 milliards d'êtres vivants là.
I hope so.
Hey.
Horatius en militaire. La médecin, enfin la...
You are here.
Je sais plus quoi là.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Hello.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a look. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
Ouais, alors c'est pas très rassurant de se faire soigner par des gens comme ça, mais ok.
You too. Don't be a stranger.
Evening. Hi there, I'm Horatius. I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Centilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides. Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever. Thanks. He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC, so he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword,
Naturel.
die by the sword. You're not wrong. And you, farewell.
I take it you're the Oracle? Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. You know what? The important thing is we'll never see him again. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere. He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Ah, il a voulu la vie éternelle. Il a le tourment éternel.
I try not to think about him at all. You too. See you around.
Ah, le goat.
And here you are. It's wonderful to see you again. Oh, and by the way, I go by Philip now. A fine Greek name. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive. And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it. I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again. Aha! You remember that? I have to admit, I've been profoundly impressed by the advances humans have made these past 2 millennia. The sum total of human knowledge available at our fingertips, miraculous modern medicines, and a series of prosperous democracies. Your contemporaries have come further toward utopia than I ever thought possible, though there's still a way to go.
Ouais.
I hope so.
Alors, spoiler, non.
My sincere thanks once.
Greetings. You must be the legendary Oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that, I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure-Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld. You too, my friend.
You're the one we've been... I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew. I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone to get... Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive. Oh, it really is. You too.
Ça aurait été assez drôle que du coup ils aient pas de thunes et qu'ils arrivent dans le truc.
last. You must be the Oracle. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy... Such a acerbic wit. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the Oracle and future seer and all that, on I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
Désolé mec, mais t'es vraiment une racleur de chiottes, donc non.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius.
Mentir.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna make a bloody... Of course.
Oh là là.
Good evening.
Octavia.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than... But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber. I'm not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor.
Okay.
After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him. Thank you. That means a lot. And you. Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink. Wonderful.
Good evening.
Ah.
Greetings. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place
Bah tu vas à Paris et c'est
like
bon.
Elysium. I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while, at least until I'm well enough to be independent again. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence. And you, farewell, friend.
Ça me bute, ils me disent friend alors que c'est... Enfin vraiment je les ai vus qu'une seule fois de ma vie. Enfin dans leur temporalité. Kabash. Ça va mec?
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures.
Ah.
I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun. Indeed. Thank you, Oracle.
Ok. 'Fin, vraiment, je les ai vus qu'une seule fois de ma vie. Enfin, dans leur temporalité. Kabash. Ça va, mec?
'It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. What is up?
Hello there.
Ah.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him.
Je veux pas dire que je ne savais pas, parce que je savais, mais bon. Bref.
I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us. You can try some of our very own wine. Thanks. You too.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake, I'll be forever in your debt. I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope and missed out on all of this? So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you. You too.
Evening.
Ça va les rhumatismes?
Nice to meet you. I go by Rufus now. New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern. Destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start.
Et je l'avais dit, hein. J'ai créé un couple homo. Voilà. Et c'est beau, putain.
One adjustment at a time. Huh. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere. Got to stay vigilant.
Putain, faut pas qu'il aille en Chine. Oh, il est pas prêt, hein.
You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands.
Evening.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam. Just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets, full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
Oui, bon. Ça dépend les cultures et ça dépend les pays. Hein. Calme-toi, mec. Si tu vas en Afrique ou au Moyen-Orient, bon. Voilà, bon. C'est un peu différent, quoi.
You too, as Rufus said in his own laconic way. If you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around.
Bon. J'ai parlé à tout le monde. Enfin, je crois. Un sphinx, quoi. Bon, c'est stylé. Bon.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Ah.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
Oh. Vous êtes qui déjà? J'ai oublié. Non, je
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal.
Ah oui, bah ça va en fait.
I've seen Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years. I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day. And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city? Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned,
voilà, elles ont pas de visage. C'est un peu flippant.
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Putain, le trophée s'appelle littéralement The Canon Ending. Pour n'avoir aucune ambiguïté possible. Et bah GG. Voilà. Et bah c'était un jeu bien sympa. Bon, j'ai quand même largement préféré Outer Wilds. Mais le jeu est vraiment bien. Il y a quelques trucs bon voilà qui font un peu tâche, genre par exemple les dialogues qui veulent pas se déclencher parce que le personnage est soi-disant occupé alors que le machin il fait rien. Enfin littéralement c'est un plot. Bon voilà, c'est un peu mais bref, c'est un jeu indé. On va pas non plus voilà. Mais en tout cas j'adore ces idées de boucle temporelle comme ça, je trouve ça extrêmement stylé. C'est plutôt bien écrit. Peut-être un peu trop dirigiste à mon goût. Parce que autant Outer Wilds, je trouve que ça l'était pas assez. Mais autant le jeu, je trouve que c'est trop. Donc je pense qu'un entre-deux, ça serait parfait. Non, mais c'est même pas au niveau des murmures des statues. Ça, à la limite, bon, c'est cryptique, bon voilà. Mais non, c'est surtout au niveau du journal de quête en fait. Alors t'as un journal de quête. Alors, autant avoir un résumé de tout ce que tu sais, pourquoi pas. Mais là, je sais pas, t'as carrément des quêtes que tu peux choisir et le jeu t'indique précisément l'endroit où aller par un marqueur. Et pour le coup, c'est un marqueur extra-digétique en fait. Il n'existe pas dans l'univers du jeu. Donc c'est vraiment un truc, bon, pas très subtil quoi, malheureusement. Après, je sais même pas s'il y a moyen de le désactiver dans les options. J'ai pas fait gaffe. Enfin bref. Voilà, mais globalement, voilà, bon jeu. C'est stylé, le cadre est stylé, hein. C'est pas un cadre qu'on voit souvent. C'est vraiment appréciable. Et vraiment le délire à la fin là, avec l'espèce de science-fiction là, je trouve ça incroyable. Ah, j'étais pas prêt quand je suis allé dans la demeure d'Hadès. Tu vois la planète en fond et tout avec des trucs ultra technologiques, j'ai dit what the fuck. Mais ouais non, vraiment bonne expérience. J'ai beaucoup aimé. Ouais. Même les personnages sont vraiment, tu t'en souviens quoi. Enfin après bon, tu leur parles à peu près 30 milliards de fois, donc bon, à force tu les connais, mais du coup voilà, tu te souviens de tes personnages, tu te souviens de leurs problèmes et tout. Donc après des fois tu leur parles alors que t'as pas envie de leur parler. Typiquement à chaque fois que tu vas aller dans la citerne, t'es obligé de te taper le dialogue avec l'espèce de gladiateur là. Bon c'est un peu chiant. Mais bon. Autant Outer Wilds, c'est un truc qu'ils avaient évité avec le premier dialogue du jeu là. Alors, dès que t'as les codes, bon bah voilà, tu lui parles plus au mec dans le feu de camp là, tu t'en fous. Alors que là, t'es obligé de parler à Galerius dès que t'arrives dans la boucle. T'es obligé de parler au gladiateur dès que tu vas aller dans les citernes. T'es obligé de parler à Fabia quand tu veux merde, aller au bain. Enfin ouais, c'est un peu chiant. Mais bon, c'est des détails. Facebook. Bordel, mais qui fait ça? Bon. Et bien voilà. Ainsi s'achève ce jeu. Alors il y a des trucs que j'ai pas découvert. Genre il y avait une pièce avec apparemment un trésor derrière, avec une statue dorée juste devant. J'ai toujours pas trouvé comment y aller. Mais bon bref, je n'en ai cure, sachant que j'ai fait toutes les fins et tout, que j'ai découvert beaucoup de trucs. Voilà. Bon bah ainsi s'achève cette histoire. À plus dans le bus.